Hey, my name is Kylie Daniels. Hope you're having a good day, and I'll get right into it. Students need to engage in effortful thinking because it helps the students assign meaning and connection to the new material you're teaching. Doing that helps them retain the information better, and effortful thinking helps students learn the info by asking them how and why questions about the material. So if you keep asking them questions, it'll help them understand and attach meaning to what you're teaching them, make connections, which helps them learn later on. So I used to think that students explaining content to each other was kind of just like an opportunity for them to get distracted, to kind of goof off with one another, to kind of lose track of the lesson. Maybe when they're explaining things to each other, the classroom volume gets crazy, and then you're sitting there like, okay, class, go ahead and tone it down. So I just thought them explaining things to each other was kind of just a big distraction. Like the kids would talk about kid stuff, and then the teacher would spend their time getting everybody to quiet down and kind of lock back in after that. But now I understand that peer talking like that can help explain a lesson to one each other in maybe a way that I couldn't quite talk to them about. It'll help them make connections with each other. Because you can only explain something one way, but maybe a 6-year-old explaining it to a 6-year-old, the 6-year-old will understand it better that way. So doing that can help students retain the information and material better. Alrighty. So elaborative interrogation means asking the students, again, how and why, in order for them to elaborate on their answers. And that just will kind of help them retain the information better. Thinking needed to do this helps consolidate the new information and learning objectives. Asking students these questions also helps the retrieval of the information being taught. So if you're asking them questions, they kind of have to think, oh, when I learned about this, here, oh yeah, that's why. So they have to go back in their mind and retrieve the information to be able to answer the questions you're asking them. Example of deep processing, because we're more likely to remember what we process deeply. When we deeply process information and material, it goes way back into our long-term memory. Whereas in shallow processing will not be retained and is easily forgotten because we're less likely to remember information we haven't attached meaning or connections to. So if I'm teaching a lesson and I'm just yapping, the kids can tone me out. But we will not do that if we deeply process the information by making it more engaging for them. And prompting effortful thinking in the classroom is important practice an educator needs to bring into the classroom, into their students. Effortful thinking can only result in student success, and because it's not only keeping a student's attention, but it will help promote deeper processing of the materials taught. Alrighty, so I think that is everything. I hope you are staying dry in this weather, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thank you.